I'm waiting to give y'all love and marriage Huntsville. Even though I don't want to do it, y'all, but I just do it for y'all. Okay, y'all, I am here. I am here to bring y'all love and marriage Huntsville. That is it's season 13. I want to say season 13. Anyway, it don't matter. It is episode 22. And revolt and provoked. Y'all see how this gonna be starting, huh? Okay. So it starts with Nell and she goes to meet with Tisha. And it was how she may be a little, reluctant to even talk to Tisha because you know how stuff go with Tisha. And she makes stuff up in her head and in her mind. So Tisha came there and she was talking, what's going on? And all the things. And you seem to be upset. You seem to be upset at the party. And it turned out good, surprisingly, y'all. And Nell said how, Wanda was acting at that party and how it was just out of order and out of line. And then Tisha, she agreed. And she said that, I have to keep a tight leash and a ring on my mother. And Tisha, in the confessional, she said that, me and Miss Nell, we don't have any beef. And she just has a lot going on and she's grieving. And you never had, and I'm like, you never had beef, Tisha. Okay, you was just making something up for the show just so you can have a storyline. Everybody didn't clock that. Okay. And Tisha, man, you just played it up for the show. I already said that. And with her just playing it up for the show, then I'm like, girlfriend, please. Okay. And it's like, Tisha, please. And it's like you never had beef, with Miss Nail, and you already played it up for the show. We already know. And Nail was just as confused as everybody watching and everybody and how we were. Okay. And that is Tisha, just making stuff up in her mind and in her mind, just like a child would do. Just to say that, okay, well, maybe this and maybe that, this and this and that. And then it's like, girl, whatever. Okay. And then Tisha making stuff, like I said, gracefully next. Okay. Well, then we get to a year later. Okay. And then Kimmy and Maurice, they met on the street. Looks like it. And we finally see the Huntsville radio station that has been there since Cat was a kitten. I don't know why they never showed stuff like that in this show, and that probably would have, well, it's not probably, it would have made the show a little bit more interesting, a lot more interesting if you showed the stuff in Huntsville instead of y'all just showing up to some small ass houses that y'all not gonna ever get built or nothing like that. And y'all just sitting up there just saying any damn thing. Oh, I came with that. Okay. And like I was saying, it's like they have gotten the building downtown. There used to be the radio station, right? And Kimmy wants to turn it into the building into an event space. And then Kimmy also wants to do some catering with her friend in that particular building. Okay. And then why they showed Marcel and he passed by and then he honked the horn at them. So I'm like, Marcel, are you going to get anything done after 3 years? No roof, no nothing. I mean, just starting off wrong, and it just comes to a point. Can he even build any damn thing? Is this all just for the show? I mean, that's what one would want to know. All right, and like really starting to pose that question: can he build? Then Kimmy and Maurice, they cannot keep riding. They can, hold on, y'all. Lost my place. Kimmy and Maurice can not keep riding the slow bus. That's what I'm saying. The slow bus, like for real. And you gonna let that man have y'all in just limbo for over a damn year instead of getting y'all's damn house and shit or whatever you needed him to build built by somebody else. But what it is two things. They cheap, and then the second thing is they want the family to do it. They want the family to do every single thing. But if the family not doing it, then you're gonna have to go ahead and come out and get somebody that's gonna put something together for you gracefully next. Yeah. Cause we still looking at them planks and shit in Marcel's house. Dude, this a showdown though, y'all. So Chris Fletcher, he piped up when he met with Marcel. And when I say he put some bass in his voice, and then we know that Chris can be about that life, and he showed it in this damn part. He met with Marcel, and he's shown, and Marcel said that he is gonna show him a building. And Marcel actually still has not finished Tisha's office yet. But you showing a building to Chris? Come on now, get with it. And then Marcel, you know that Chris' license has gotten revoked. So you're gonna try to play stupid and all this stuff and just say it in a roundabout way and stuff like that. Well, what's going on? What's going on? Did your license get revoked? And then Chris just said, yeah. He said, yeah. He said, well, why? Then Marcel told Chris he can't finish this project, any project, until Tisha's office is done. And then Marcel asked Chris about the license and all that stuff. He pretty much, Marcel says, did you think to come to me and tell me about it being that we are doing business together? And then Chris said, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Chris said, well, did you think to come mention anything to me about your lawsuit? Boom, boom, boom. So Marcel started talking, lawyer talk, and just started fiddling and just talking over himself and stuff like that. And then Marcel gonna sit up there and say that without answering the question, started talking lawyer run talks and all this stuff, and did not answer the question right. Then Marcel gonna say that no, 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 because I'm the plaintiff. So I don't have to answer any question. Being funny, that shit ain't funny, okay? And then Chris says, Marceau, first off, I don't have to tell you anything. No paperwork, no contract. We just talked about going in business together, right? And then Marceau, you should have told. And then Marceau gonna say something. You should have told someone. I mean, me. Should have told me. And then Chris said, who the fuck are you, Marceau? And then, whew, and then it's like Marcel. He had to. I guess he had to recompose himself and all that stuff. Woosah, woosah, woosah. Then said, "I guess nobody. Hell, goddamn, no, not no damn body." So now, Marcel is telling Chris that what he needs to realize is that he is a pivotal part in the community, and it's like he letting the community down. So Chris told Marcel that he is not telling him nothing, and he don't have to tell him nothing, and will be just fine. Uh-huh. But he said, and I'll be more of the now this is what Chris saying. He said, I'll be more the pillar than of the community than you will ever be. Boom. But Chris is telling Nell, we get off that scene. He leave Marcel. Then he telling Nell and getting her out of her good, mode and about gardening. She be doing her gardening. Then he telling Nell about the rundown about what happened with him and Marcel. And then Chris says, I mean, he was pissed off And I mean, he was just cursing and all this stuff, and he had like elevated. I mean, his voice had gotten up. And then Nell said, "But I don't want to be a hypocrite because I told you the same thing." And she did. And Chris was very, very upset, which I can understand because Marceau be trying to pipe up two people and make it seem like he know more than he think he know, but his dumb ass don't know shit. Gracefully next. Last thing. Maurice is over at the work site job because he saw Marceau on live talking shit about a project that he gonna be doing and what it needs to be done, what needs to be done about the project, this needs to be done for the project. Then Maurice says that he has to have a certain, then he gonna tell Maurice that he has to have, Marcel told this to Maurice that he has to have a certain license to get the project done for him. And I'm like, goddamn. Then Maurice says it's size. It says size does matter, and Marceau says no, it doesn't. And then Maurice says that it has to be. It has been a whole 365 days a year. But then Marceau said, well, why don't you help Maurice? And Maurice didn't say shit. It wasn't shit said. Then also, Maurice say paperwork seems to motivate people these days. Paperwork seems to motivate people these days. Then Marceau got hype, and then he gonna say some. Oh, so you gonna sue me? So you gonna sue me? So you gonna sue me? And then Maurice said, "No, I get it done. I get it done." And that was Love and Marriage Huntsville. And it was a good episode. It really was a good episode. And Revoked and Provoked. And this was episode 22. And I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to become part of the Jazzy fam. And I hope y'all have a blessed, blessed day. Bye.